Shark attacks. A Dutch rolling Boeing airliner, unruly flight passengers, NBA Finals, Charles Barkley, the Dallas Mavericks, and Kate Middleton. There's a lot of news to cover, so let's get to it. Where do you stand on this topic? Be sure to leave me a comment. The U.S. Supreme Court on Friday overturned a ban on bump stocks, which were used in a 2017 mass shooting in Las Vegas. The rule had defined a semi-automatic rifle with a bump stock as a machine gun, which is usually illegal. Now, Justice Clarence Thomas wrote that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives did not have the authority to ban bump stocks. He explained, nothing changes when a semi-automatic rifle is equipped with a bump stock. Travis wrote, he said, between every shot, the shooter must release pressure from the trigger and allow it to reset before engaging the trigger for another shot. This was his statement. This, of course, is sparking controversy. And which side of the fence do you fall on? Do you think they should be banned or not? According to Clarence Thomas with the Supreme Court, they should not. Are you scared of sharks? I am. Leave me a comment and let me know. Survivors of last week's unusual shark attacks in Florida's Walton County are recovering from serious injuries. A 45-year-old woman and two teenage girls were attacked within hours of each other in that area. Ann Blair Gribben, the mother of 15-year-old Lulu Gribben, shared that the shark bit off Lulu's left hand and they had to amputate her right leg between the hip and the knee. Now, Lulu also lost a lot of blood, but she did survive, and she's doing better. On Saturday, she was able to breathe on her own and told her family, I made it. Another victim, Elizabeth Foley, was attacked less than 2 hours earlier, about 4 miles away. Now, she lost her left hand and had severe injuries to her midsection. These attacks are very rare, and experts are trying to figure out really what happened. Officials said there were many bull sharks in the area at the time. Now, the beaches, which were closed, were reopened on Saturday with new warning flags. Out of control on a flight, an American Airlines passenger had to be subdued with duct tape after trying to open the plane's front door. Not funny at all. The passenger, Heather Wells, didn't pay her $81,950 fine for being an unruly and is now being sued by the federal government. The incident happened on July of 2020, flight from Dallas to Charlotte. Now, Mrs. Wells got irritated after ordering a drink and wanted to get out of the plane. She crawled down the aisle, talked incoherently to other passengers, and tried to open the front cabin door. Now, she was restrained by passengers and crew, but hit a flight attendant before being duct taped to a seat. Now, she kept kicking and spitting and screaming until the flight landed. And of course, the FAA did not take kindly to that, which she did get the unruly fine for being an unruly passenger. But since she failed to pay that, they have now taken her to court. Messi scored 2 goals in his return to the Argentina lineup in a 4-1 win over Guatemala. Now, Messi had missed some games in March because of a hamstring issue, which also made him miss some of the Inter Miami games as well. On Friday, he played great, hitting with a free kick that helped in a play that led to a penalty kick goal. This should make Argentina fans feel better before their game against Canada next Thursday in Atlanta. Now, Lionel Messi flirted with a hat trick near the nation's capital, scoring 2 goals and reaching second place on the all-time international goals list in Argentina's 4-1 victory over Guatemala. Now, Messi answered an early deficit with a goal in the 12th minute and scored another goal in the 77th minute at Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland, to reach, get this, 108 career goals in 182 international matches. Just when you thought the Dallas Mavericks were going to get swept in 4 games in the NBA Finals, Game 4 turned out to be, well, one for the ages if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan. So the Dallas Mavericks beat the Boston Celtics in Game 4, sending the series back to Boston. These NBA Finals are not over, thanks to one of the biggest blowouts in NBA Finals history. Luka scored 25 of his 29 points in the first half, sitting much of the second half. And Kyrie Irving added 21, and the Mavericks kept their season alive on Friday night with a 122-84 win over the Celtics. The 38-point final margin was the third biggest ever in NBA Finals. Now, of course, the rumor and the conspiracy is the Celtics threw the game so they could celebrate a win back home, but the Mavericks still had to deliver, and that is really playing with fire, if you ask me. Princess Kate made her public return at King Charles's birthday parade. The Princess of Wales, her last-minute appearance at the Trooping of Colours ceremony in London was a big surprise. So after months out of the public eye, as she has battled cancer, on this rainy Saturday morning in London, she was seen smiling in a horse-drawn carriage with her 3 children as the procession made its way from Buckingham Palace, starts at Buckingham Palace, to Horse Guards Parade. Now, Kate was later seen on the balcony at Buckingham's Palace with Prince William's, King Charles, and Queen Camille. The annual military ceremony celebrates the British monarch's official birthday, with King Charles also in attendance, of course, after his cancer diagnosis. In a statement on Friday, Kate shared an update of her cancer treatment, writing that she was not out of the woods yet and that she had good days and bad days. But she said she was making good progress, but that her treatment would continue for a few more months. Charles Barkley says he's retiring from broadcasting after the 2024-2025 NBA season. Now, he announced this on Friday, that next year will be his last on TV. Now, Barkley won 2 Olympic gold medals, made 11 All-Star teams. He won the MVP award in 1993 and was named to the NBA's 50th and 75th anniversary teams. He's one of the greatest players who never won a championship, which he said has haunted him throughout his career. But after his career, he became one of the most beloved and respected sports broadcasters as a blunt, no-nonsense commentator on TNT's Inside the NBA. He became, I would say, even more famous than he was as a player with his no-nonsense, in-your-face, blunt broadcasting and coverage of the NBA. So we will miss you, Charles Barkley.